Tankers, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James, and today we're doing an overview on the Stug III variant G that we sell here from Heng. This baby is a 1/16 scale RC tank. If you've seen other Heng videos, this model has all the features that you'd expect from Heng, from sound to smoke to the ability to shoot AR to the ability to shoot actual like pellets and all the fun of driving around a proportional steering tank. Now, for those who don't know, the Sturmgeschütz, and I'm only going to say that once, short is Stug. This is the Stug III. There were many models of the Stug during World War II. It's a German tank used in a lot of almost every front, from Western to Africa to Eastern Front. Mostly, though, I believe it was used on the Eastern Front. And this model is the variant G, or the Ausf G, is what they call it. But they had variants from A all the way down to G, so this would have been the latest and last edition of the Stug III that we have here before you. And what I love about the Stug, just looking at it, on the shelf, I love like the deep sort of blue that it has, and some of the plastic models come and they're already kind of painted. They got this brown tone to it, so it gives it a nice color off from some of the other tanks, like your camo, olive drab, things like that. Always like the German colors, if you will, on their tanks. But the Stug was a smaller tank like the Sherman, so again, it's not going to rival a larger tank. Like right here, I'll show you, this is the Challenger 2, so this is a modern British tank, and you can see, they're both 16 scale. The larger tanks are going to be larger, so if you're looking at the price of any of these tanks, a lot of them are smaller price because they're just smaller models in general. But again, all scale to each other and all cool. Now, another thing about the Stug III, as opposed to some of the other tanks, it's a fixed gun. So there's no turret on the Stug, so this thing was more like the Jagdpanzer we sell, was more like a tank killer, where I guess they were running out of, they just had the bodies, they threw some guns on the front, and the whole tank would shift in order to fire. So this one does not have a rotating turret, unlike some of the other models. But it's cool. You do get two tankers, one carrying a dog right out the box, which is kind of cool. So you can paint those up, which is nice. But now, real quick, let's take you back to the unboxing, because you'll see it when you pull it out of the box. Right here we have left of what's in front of you, but you do get all your plastic bits that you're going to have to put on. So all the little accessories all around. It took me about 20 minutes to take them out and fit them around. So you got you got cables, you got tools that go on, some of the tires in the back, extra tracks go on, and again, then your decals. Your decals come, very small set of decals for this tank, but they are not water slide, they're vinyl, so you gotta press them on and then peel off the plastic bit. And there's only a couple you need to put on the tank, and they give you some extras if you want to decorate it up how you wish, because again, you can do that as you go. But all around, everything you see what's left in front of you is what comes with the tank. So you do get your transmitter, and in the bag itself, your two knobs, they come separate, and you just press them in. They just push into the transmitter, and then you'll have to supply 6 AA batteries for the transmitter, but that's the only thing you have to supply with a ready-to-run tank. You do have some extra treads, so in this bag, I'm not even going to take them out because there's little pieces and stuff that I'd rather keep, but those are extra tread if you wanted to loosen or tighten your tracks. You could take a tread out or add a tread, up to you, or if something happens, you have extras. Then you also get your IR sensor. That's what this little bulb is. So every tank that we sell from Heng and from others, they can play with each other in an IR sensor game. So basically every tank, and we'll show you in a little bit, has a place to plug this in, and it has a magnet on the top where that bulb will be prominent for the other tank's IR sensor to see it. And basically, you aim it at another tank, you fire, and you'll see the other tank. If it's a hit, the other tank will shake. And then the first tank that gets hit 5 times, that tank will actually shut off, and they have to start it up from the transmitter. So it's a fun little game that you could play. you know, with all the tanks. So it's always great if you're a tanker to have a buddy who's also a tanker, because that's always fun. Now, it also comes with a battery. This is an 1800 2S lithium ion pack. So it comes with a LiPo connector though, which is nice. And then you get one of these transmitters, which is just USB, and it charges through the balance tap. So it takes an hour or so to charge up the pack, maybe more. But the beauty about tanks, on an 1800, you should be able to get 20 minutes of drive time. And that's if you're going full out, full throttle everywhere. And for the most part, you're never going to be driving around a tank full throttle. You do get some extra smoke oil, so that comes in a little vial, as you would see. It's a dripper, but they give you an attachment that will allow you to connect to the dripper, and then you can fit it in to the spot where the smoke comes out. We could show you that in a little bit. And then last but not least, you do get some of pellets. You get a bag of pellets, but these are your standard airsoft pellets. So you can buy extras at Walmart. They got a million colors if you wish. And again, the tank will fire those, and I would say for most tanks, try not to hit anyone up close with these. It's not, you know, you're not going to do permanent damage or anything, but you know, it'll sting if you get hit in the leg. They do shoot rather fast, some of them. And then of course you get your manual. In your manual, you're gonna have all the instructions of where to place all the accessories on the tank, how to put in the smoke when you need it, how to change the battery, things like that. So what I'm gonna do right here quick is plug it in and just show you it working. So first things first, oh, there goes my tank figure. I didn't put him down. This one he's down. So I'm gonna turn it upside down so you can see the bottom, and you're gonna want a Phillips head screwdriver for this. And you're just gonna open up the battery hatch. There we go. And that'll open up, and you see you'll have your LiPo connector. So we're gonna plug it in, and then this will just sit. Now actually the tank is already on, but in the back you can see over here there is the on-off switches on the back of this tank. So it was on actually when I turned it in, but you can see the on-off switches over here. I'm gonna turn on the transmitter. Here we go. And then turn to you. I want you to focus on the light with all these tanks. When you do turn it on, like that, you're gonna see a light start flashing. That means you have power, so you're good to go. The only thing you will notice right off the bat is nothing happens. When I move the sticks, nothing's going on. That's because you have to unlock the tank. So there's a little lock button on the transmitter. I'm gonna press that. And now we're gonna hear the tank start up. Oh, and we got smoke coming out the back already, so the smoking unit is on and working right away. There will be smoke in there. They want to keep that wet. And what I always love about the new smoke units on all these tanks it's almost instantaneous. There's a button here that says S for smoke. I'm going to turn that off. You hear the mechanism turn off. No more smoke, but when I push it, smoke is coming right out. So really cool that works right away. And then some of the other things you can do, there's a volume button. So right now you hear the volumes one way. You push and hold that, and then you use the left stick. You could go up, and that's the loudest it'll be. And you could turn the sound off completely, which is nice. So I'm just gonna bring it up to the lowest setting for right now so I can talk. And then with your sticks, you have, the only thing you have is the barrel. So barrel up and down is gonna be on your left stick, because there is no turret. Normally your turret would turn right or left, but there is no turret, so you're not gonna need that. And then your right stick does all the driving. So you could turn right or left, and then you could go forward or back. And one thing you'll notice, the steering, it's proportional. So I'm gonna bring it back really slowly. If I just press very lightly on the sticks, it'll drive very slow. And now I'm gonna go full throttle. And you see, it's proportional, so it's got some speed to it, but it also moves, and you can hear the sound, which is really cool. You know, the sound of the engine, whether it's going forward, backwards. It has that diesel noise to it when you add the smoke unit on it. Awesome. And then we do have machine gun sound, so top left button, and I believe there is a light somewhere on the front that will be, yep, there it is. The red light will flash whenever you have the machine guns going, and if you push both the top buttons at the same time, that's gonna fire your BB. So if there was a BB in there, I would have hit Alex right in the face. I didn't even check to see if there was a BB in there. Sorry, buddy. But there's none. It is unloaded. So that's how that works. Now let me turn off the smoking unit. If you want to add BBs, and we'll show you that when we're outside. But basically this compartment in here is where you pour the BBs in and they're all gonna reach. Sometimes, if you notice one or two aren't coming out, just sort of gotta shake the tank and get them to fall in, like gravity do the work to get into position. You know, it takes one at a time. They'll shoot out. And then for your IR sensor, the same place you load up the BBs, you'll see the opposite connector on this, and I'll turn that towards the camera. You can see the connector inside here is where you're going to connect it, and once that's connected, you could still fire BBs and play IR at the same time if you want to. You don't have to do one or the other. The same thing, if you don't have any BBs in, to shoot with the IR, you just got to do that. So, you know, takes a little time. But driving around, man, this tank is really cool. Looks good when compared to other models, which is awesome. And then I want to show you some of the tank wheels. Now again, this is the upgrade version of the tank. Let me turn off the sound. The upgrade version of the tank comes with all plastic tracks and plastic road wheels. We do have professional versions of all the Heng tanks, and those come with all metal wheels. You might have seen them in the latest Merkava video, for instance. That was a professional edition. So it'll look like that. These would all be just stainless steel, unpainted. So you'd have to go in and paint them. So that's one of the things I like about the upgrade. Even though it's plastic, less rugged when you're taking it outside, it looks great straight out of the box. You know, with the professional versions, way more rugged. You're gonna have a lot of fun, you know, bashing around with those, but you will want to probably paint them yourselves. And we have a video on the site of us doing that with the King Tiger we had at one point. We painted it all up from a professional version. But overall, nice suspension on the tank itself. So as you'll see, you know, in videos as we drive over things, you'll see each one of these road wheels, you know, do what a tank does, to go right over, you know, twigs and things like that. Like, you should be able to drive around your normal grass, driveways, little rocks, maybe your if you have mulch, things like that, drive around your property with the upgraded version. Great for in the house too, the upgrade version, just drive around on carpet, things like that if you're only going to play with it inside. All around, just a super cool tank. And then just shooting the targets again, load up the BBs, you know, aim, have some fun with that. You know, you could obviously shoot anything, have some target practice, maybe put some plastic bottles out or something, see if you can knock them over. That's always fun. And then the IR sensing is fun. So just here seeing the Challenger shoot at the Stug, you see it shake when it gets hit, and again, 5 times the tank will shut down, and you just have to hit that unlock button and start it back up, and you're out and rolling. So guys, that'll do it for this video of the Stug III. This is the variant G. Again, famous in World War II, one of the famous tanks, mostly used, I believe, on the Eastern Front against the Soviet Union. But all around, just another great option for anybody who's into RC tanks. This is a good one at a very cheap price because, again, at 1/16 scale, the Stug III was small in and of itself, like a Sherman, not as large as more modern day tanks and things like that. But all around, guys, if you have any more questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. If you enjoy this sort of content, hit the like button. And as always, guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for being a subscriber, and we'll catch you next time at Motion RC.